Rajdeep Sardesai, our consulting editor, who's joining us from the newsroom. We are also going to be joined by our other our guest as well, Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst. But Rajdeep, let's cut across to you first. A quick look at this list, Rajdeep. What do you make in terms of the list given by the BJP going all out in Madhya Pradesh? It's a battle of prestige for sure, where the party comes into question. If it's a term in Hindi, sare ghode khol diye Rajdeep.
Well, I think, yes, Madhya Pradesh, out of all the state elections going to polls this winter, is arguably the closest contest. Even if you look at whatever opinion polls have been done so far on these states, Madhya Pradesh throws up possibly the closest contest. Remember also, 5 years ago, it went down to the wire. The gap was just a couple of seats and a fraction of a percentage. Given, therefore, the kind of closely contested election expected in Madhya Pradesh, the BJP, by putting in these ministers and MPs in the assembly poll fray, is hoping that they will lift the morale of the cadres and will help them not just in their own constituencies, but in constituencies around them. And therefore, I think the BJP has decided to play for high stakes in Madhya Pradesh, recognizing that this is the one state that if they win, they can then build into the 2024 elections. Given the fact that they still expect to win Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh is the one that they would like to see a BJP government propelling them into an advantageous position into 2024.
Sir, my second question. Rajdeep, in the BJP's list, out of 91%, if you look at just, the demography of the state of Madhya Pradesh, 91% Hindus, out of that about 30% OBCs. It's interesting how the BJP has played on the caste level. Lots of representation of the OBC there. But interesting, the three cabinet leaders that have been given tickets and fielded in these state elections, one representing the Rajput community, you have in the form of Mr. Tomar, Mr. Patel, they're representing the crucial OBC vote bank, and then, of course, Mr. Kulaste representing the tribal vote.
I think they've done two things. One, I think by putting in so many heavyweight leaders, some of whom are potential chief ministerial candidates, the likes of Narendra Singh Tomar, they are sending out a message that we are not putting all our eggs anymore in Shivraj Singh Chauhan's basket. I believe that the internal poll surveys have shown a substantial fatigue factor against Shivraj Singh Chauhan, who's been around for almost 2 decades. So they are giving the impression that there are other contenders in the race. Plus, they have got their caste combinations on the ground, strong OBC representation among their MPs and ministers in any case. And then when you bring in tribals, Rajputs, you create a kind of caste mix which the BJP hopes will counter any impact that the Congress hopes to have amongst OBC, tribal and Dalit communities. So yes, the caste factor is important. The regional factor is also important. But I also think the BJP is sending out this message that we aren't only going into this election under the name of Shivraj Singh Chauhan. This is Narendra Modi at the top and a slew of leaders below him. But,
Rajdeep, that cuts both ways. I'm going to come right back to you, because announcing and putting Narendra Modi on the ticket would also mean a win or a loss is directly correlated to the Prime Minister. But coming right back on that question, let me quickly bring in Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, who's also joining us. Mr. Tiwari, second list, now 78 of the 230 have been announced by the Bharatiya Janata Party. What do you make of it? What's your observation, sir?
Yeah, so I think that the BJP now realizes that it is going to be a seat-by-seat contest. And in a local election, Vidhan Sabha election, the role of the candidate is also very important. So we've seen in Himachal, Karnataka, that the Prime Minister and the Chief Ministers could not just pull the victory for the BJP. So the role of the local candidate is important. Secondly, as you mentioned, they lost heavily in Gwalior Chambal last time and in Malwa. So now they are trying to put heavyweights like Tomar and Kailash Vijayvargiya in Gwalior Chambal and Malwa. And also they did not perform very well in the Mahakaushal region, wherein they have put Rakesh Singh and one more person. And they are also trying to consolidate whatever their strength areas like Vindhya. The name of Mr. Prahlad Singh Patel is very important because he is a Lod, belongs to the OBC community, and it is also a message to Uma Bharati, because Uma Bharati has been giving some statements which are not very beneficial to the BJP, that they have a leader from the Lod community also here. who can be pitched against Uma Bharati in a way. So they're trying to manage the regional disparities or imbalances and also give a message that the BJP this time is fighting under a combined leadership. If you recall, last time BJP was contesting under a presidential style, Modi plus Shivraj, and Congress was contesting under a combined leadership of Kamal Nath, Digvijay and Scindia. This time BJP is doing its contest under a combined leadership, whereas Congress is contesting a presidential style with Kamal Nath as the CM face. The both parties have flipped their strategy going into the election, which is a seat-by-seat election. And any seat-by-seat election is not an easy election for the ruling party, because then you are also giving the message that you do not have perhaps that much trust in your own leadership or your own chief minister.